Hi, my name is Matt Carroll with World Class Coaching and with the help of Academy Sports Coach 2023. I want to talk to you about a session that I've designed for working on players in defensive slides. So I recently came across, won't change over here. I recently came across this in my small-sided 77 game that I was coaching just winter indoor here in New Jersey, where we had, we just got some field space, we had a small little U13 league, only a couple teams. We jumped in just to get some touches, and we had a lot of trouble with our defensive slides. And it's something we've worked on and we pride ourselves on, and we've been able to do in the full-sided game. But I think what happened here, and it brings me to a point where even my U10s had this issue. Even in high school, sometimes we have some issues here where players are afraid to make a defensive slide because they feel they're giving up the middle of the pitch. They feel like if they don't mark their man, he's going to be wide open, and they're going to make a defensive mistake. They're going to get chewed out. And it was to the point where at one point the other team kind of figured it out. And I had a player who the guy cut inside instead of going outside this time, and was standing there in the middle of the pitch. And instead of going to the ball, my player had hands on, hand up, touching the guy's shoulder, marking a guy while the guy dribbled past him and scored. And he got so fixated on making sure that his man was marked and there wasn't the open guy that he forgot the most dangerous guy in the box is the guy with the ball. So I've created a session where, some of the things I like to do to work on that. And the first is just a simple 4v2 Rondo or 6v2, depending on the scale of the team. You could, add numbers, subtract numbers, whatever it may be. But here I'm working on the defensive slide concept here by saying, okay, with a Rondo, with a pressure and cover guy, what I really want to talk about is getting the pressure guy on the ball. His job is not to win the ball. His job is if in this situation he's trying to push him left, his right foot is outside of this foot. He's covering in a way that this player can't make the pass, and it would be difficult to make this pass. We're forcing the ball here. The cover guy is in a position where he can block a pass with the middle, but he can meet this guy at contact. Okay. So what I want to see here and what I'm trying to create is a situation where this ball goes here. This player maybe can't get to it. They jump here, and this player is sliding into the cover position. So sliding to make the cover where it is needed. Where they're the pressure guy, he's recognizing where the ball's going. He's sliding, and then we're sliding into cover here. And we're just constantly making defensive slides in here, repeating it over and over and over again in different situations. And I'm stopping. I'm going over it. Hey, you moved here, and this was good. Hey, if you had moved here, you would have been able to cover that pass. And we're just going over and getting at high rates, high tempo, tons of reps here, going over and over and over again, different situations where we can slide and cover and things like that. So we're just working on technique there. My big thing is the right foot being on the outside of his left foot here. Body position, so he can't get cut to the inside. They can't cover over your front foot. Really just working on defensive positioning and where we should be off the ball. So we're getting the tools that we need to be able to execute something like this. And then I would bring it into a pattern here where, say, we've got our defender would be here. All right, and I'm going to have an attacking player. Just part of the pattern here, I'd have them start. Maybe a coach plays a ball here. So already the advantage is this player. They move, this player goes, and they slide, and we cover that way. And we're just working on the repetition of it, and getting that concept down. And then maybe what we do is we add someone on the other side. So as soon as that shot happens, right, this player goes to press. This player covers. The ball's on the other side. We play it down. So to kind of run through it. Player started here. He was a cover. Ball got played down. He slid. He dropped in. Okay? Same thing here. Ball goes down on the other side. They go to pressure. Ball's automatically going by them. They slide. So we're just working on constant slides to cover defensively. And then we're going live from there, and we're going live and playing it just straight from there. Where now, if, this player, we're working on the positioning here. We can add another player and another attacking player that's kind of sitting in the mid, working as the target man into the box. we're working on, hey, what happens if he gets cut to the end line? When do you step? Okay. How much are you marking this guy? How much are you marking space? And how much are you just straight up covering for this guy if he gets beat? So those kind of concepts, we're just working through them repetitively in generally a passing pattern here. And just getting rep after rep after rep. I would, especially with like you're playing pretty small sided here, I would set this up even if you have the facilities, maybe a goal here, and just giving them those concepts. So from there, what I'm going to set up is a wave of 4v3. So I have player here, player here, player here. And defensively, yellow will overload. Now I can make it a 5v4 if you'd rather just play your 4 back there. Totally up to you how you want to kind of mark it out. But here, just for the example, I have some yellow players that might be on the field. But so this should be a line, and you should have 2 players, generally your forwards, that are just going to kind of sit in the box, and they're not going to be subbed out at all. So they're just kind of looking and roving around and looking for space. Then you have a couple balls over here, and you have a coach or a player, maybe last guy in line. Every single time is going to play a ball out here, out wide. This player comes in, and this player slides, and we're working on defensively. Now we're putting it together into context of, okay, we're not just sliding in this one situation. We're sliding in relation to where the other defenders are and who's sliding and that kind of communication stuff. And what you'll see is, not every single time this player is going to have to be in a position where they'll get beat and they have to cut back in and this person slides over. But you'll see it enough. You'll see enough that you're going to get in-game, game-like reps. It's not going to happen every single time. So the player can't jump on it and be like, oh, well, this is the drill and this is what I'm supposed to do, so I'm just going to go do it now. No, it's going to be situational. Maybe this player stays with that player, but then, this guy over here in black is able to get to the end line. Now we're working on, okay, he's here. How much am I covering? How much should I slide? I slide here and he drops back in. So you're working on the sliding concept, but you're working on it contextually. You're working on it in several different situations that you're not going to get out of a passing pattern. So you went from passing pattern, you went from technique with the Rondo, you went to passing pattern to give them an exemplar. And you're going here is a little more game-like, and then from here you're going to go into your scrimmage, and you're going to see situations of that pretty consistently. Especially if you maybe do maybe make it half field, so you're getting a lot of those reps, or you're seeing a lot of opportunities to slide. Maybe you're creating a neutral out wide. That's meaning that the ball is going to go out wide a little bit more, and then the neutral can cut in. A lot of different options there, but I generally just like to go with the 11-11 and then see it organically how it plays out. You might only see it 3 or 4 times, but if I see it 2 times and we're successful in it, and the third time, hey, it's a little different, we made a mistake, I can point those things out, and we're seeing those things within the context of the game. So I'd love to hear in the comments some of the defensive situations that you want to focus on, something, as specific as this, like defensive slide when the player gets beat that you see. Other things that kind of pop up in your games that you think, hey, I really need to hammer this one situation. I'm seeing this over and over again. I'd like to work on it. So I'd love to hear some of the situations that you are seeing in the comments section. So once again, my name is Matt Carroll with World Class Coaching, and with the help of Academy Sports Coach 2023, I hope this session finds you well.